Hollywood keeps adapting books into movies and TV shows, so that means that it's time for me to react to some more book to movie / TV adaptation trailers. About a year ago, I made a video where I watched the trailers for some book adaptations that I had never read and never seen before, and guessed what the plot would be. And it was a lot of fun, so I decided that we're gonna do it again because there are a ton of new trailers and films and shows for me to react to. And this time I'm mixing it up a little bit. We've got some sci-fi, we've got some romance, we've got, I've been told, a thriller. I'm excited. Let's dive right in. So the first one we're gonna be looking at is the trailer for Three Body Problem.
There must be 30 dead scientists in the past month. Christ, another countdown.
Has anyone else seen it? What happened to them?
They died, probably. I mean, this is just very much the beginning of a horror movie. I mean, my first guess is some sort of experiment, Stranger Things style, where, I don't know, the world's gonna end and she for some reason is connected somehow.
Someone or something is targeting scientists. They're going after our best and brightest. You just have to dig.
Is it that woman? Is she the one who's behind everything? I thought this was like, this isn't what I thought it was. I was under the impression this was like more fantasy, spacey type thing. I have seen like a couple of clips, but I don't really know anything. This is all very modern.
Whatever it is watching and listening.
Okay, hold on. That is more, yeah, look at that. That's more fantasy-wise. I mean, it is a bit sci-fi. Kind of Hunger Games. Oh, okay. So this person's watching. So I'm thinking maybe it's some sort of simulation type thing, which would explain why the woman can see the countdown. And maybe she's able to know that they're in a simulation and there's gonna be like a reboot in that time. She, for some reason, can see it. And there have been other people who have had the same thing, which is what, like, the drawing and the writing the countdown on the wall. This is one of the people who's like managing one of these simulations. So we get a dual perspective. We get the people inside the simulation figuring out they're in a simulation, and also the people on the outside sort of seeing this all going down. Kind of like Fall Guy? Not Fall Guy. Free Guy. Wrong Ryan.
We don't know what they are. Maybe we can't know what they are.
Yeah. Everything I'm seeing is really just confirming my theory about simulation. Like, you had all those people on the light post, very like glitch in the Matrix, the lights flashing out and the stars.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, that thing I think is probably like the thing that you put on to go into the simulation. So anything I think here that we're seeing is that, and so that woman that we saw there I think is part of like the organization who is like made this simulation. Maybe she's having some second thoughts about it.
So for something very strange.
Oh, no. Into the simulation they go. What did I just say? I'm a genius. Yeah, see, now we're getting into the clips that I've seen, like the fantasy style stuff, a bunch of people floating in the air, things like that. They're in the simulation now. That's what it is. So, Three Body Problem. This is my synopsis of the plot based on the trailer. There is some sort of futuristic organization which has created this simulated world that people can go into and basically to examine human behavior. But the problem is that the scientists, the ones who are being targeted, the really smart people, they're figuring out that there's something going on here. So because they're figuring out that something is going on here, they're starting to target them to take them down before they can spread the news that this is a simulation. What this means is that now people are starting to dig into it more because they've been taking these people out. And you start seeing this outside of the simulation problem going on within the organization. I'm thinking maybe killing them in the simulation maybe is harming them in real life, and this main woman doesn't want anything to happen. And there's also some sort of glitch where this woman is able to see that she's in a simulation. And so I think three-body problem maybe is referring to maybe there's a reveal at the end that the organization who's running the simulation is actually also a simulation. So there's sort of like the three layers of the simulation. Yeah. All right, let's dive into our next one. We're gonna dive into a film adaptation of Turtles All the Way Down.
Your body is nothing but a host to a massive collection of parasitic organisms ready to cause infection, ready to cause infection, ready to cause infection. You can feel them living and breeding and dying inside of you.
Asa, yeah.
All right, so this girl is definitely a germaphobe, perhaps a hypochondriac, but basically she's just very consciously thinking about getting sick all the time. So maybe it's like a coming of age story of that, maybe?
I was thinking it's not fair.
Plenty of people with anxiety disorders have fulfilling romantic relationships.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so I was right. That's what I just said.
You and Davis used to be friends. For one summer at camp. Look at you! You're literally aglow! Even if I was. I can't date anyone, you know that. Your things aren't exactly my strong suit.
I'm sort of a new thing and doing fine with me.
I swear to God, he's so smitten.
How do you know? Because I have eyes.
How come it's so easy for me to talk to you?
Maybe because our hearts are broken in the same places.
So, okay, that's an interesting line. So what's going on with him then? Because so far we've been mainly focusing on her, the fact that she has anxiety, the fact that she's trying to have this relationship but she's finding it difficult to get out of her own head. But I'm wondering if maybe he's got something going on too, and if we're gonna dive into that a little bit.
It's intimidating for everyone.
I bet that if you guys actually kissed, you would not be thinking about 80 million microbes.
What is going on with you? Imagine being stuck in my head all the time with no break, no way out. What now? A lot of my thoughts don't even feel like they're mine. Like,
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think someone is gonna get sick or something, because there's a lot of this imagery of the germs, and it would be, I feel like, not strange, because it's absolutely, there are absolutely people out there who have anxiety disorders and constantly thinking about the worst thing that could possibly happen, and then that thing never happens. However, it just feels like something dramatic was gonna happen, because this is a book from the 2010s, I think. And back then you needed to have the drama.
We can just take things really slow.
you won't feel that way forever.
Are they on a private jet? Why are they on a private jet? Is he, like, famous? Is he like a child actor? That would be interesting. Oh, that would explain the him dealing with his own stuff, because child actors don't have good lives. So that's what it is. She has an anxiety disorder. He's a child actor. He's kind of famous, and she doesn't think she's good enough. She's having these like spirals going through.
Do you think I'll ever be able to actually be with someone?
You're the most fascinating person I've ever known. I love you.
So that wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. There was no mention of turtles, which I understand was probably a metaphor, but I thought maybe like was metaphor for like the meaning of the universe, because I think there is like that idea of like, oh, the whole world is on the back of a turtle. We've all heard of Turtle Island. Here's what I think so that is. So she has an anxiety disorder that causes her to be super focused on germs. He is a child actor. He's very popular. He's very wealthy. They used to be friends when they were young. She said it was just for one summer, so I'm thinking maybe after that summer he became an actor and became very popular and well known. But I'm thinking, because one of the big issues is maybe she has a thing about germs and sickness, he specifically is an child actor on like a medical drama. So he's sort of always around that kind of stuff. So for him, it's just sort of second place. But I think we could dive into a little bit of what's happening with him behind the scenes in Hollywood. And because of that, he also has a lot of issues that he needs to work through. Now, this trailer is specifically focusing on her, but if they had other trailers, they could focus on sort of like his side of that, which would be a really cool marketing technique, actually. Where you have one trailer that focuses on one character's perspective, another that focuses on the other. That would be a really, really cool marketing technique. It would look like two separate films almost, but that would be really neat. No one steal that, that's mine now. Let's dive into our next one, which is Apples Never Fall.
Friends, you're the ones who made Delaney Academy a real success. It was our life and to our kids. Now I get to make up for that lost time.
Happy retirement, Mom and Dad.
We love
It reminds me a bit of Arrested Development immediately, like at the beginning. So perhaps we're gonna take sort of like an Arrested Development turn, but in a not funny way. We're gonna take if Arrested Development was a thriller, but also I'm getting a little bit of Succession vibes from it.
You can spend a lifetime with someone as a wife or as a mother, but you can never really know who they are.
You've reached Joy Delaney. Leave a message and I'll call you back. Mailbox full. Goodbye.
Was she pelted to death with apples while biking? What kind of crime scene was that?
Something bad has happened to Mom. I've left 5 messages. If she's not returning our calls or texts, it's because she can't.
What are you doing in Mom's room?
Hey, it's Logan. We need to talk.
I have a confession.
Fairly standard thriller drama. There's not really much for me to comment on here because it's just a lot of really fast shots of suspicious people doing suspicious things.
Nobody can break your heart like your own children.
I said to my
I'm sorry. But there's no context for that. And it's just like, he doesn't like car washes or something. How is the car wash related?
I said to my parents, don't trust her. They wouldn't listen.
Thank you.
Please help me.
So now we're getting to something interesting because there was something there of like a woman rushing to their door. So maybe like they got involved in something bigger, like she was trying to escape from someone, and so now the mother got sort of dragged into that. But I feel like the mother did not react the way you would normally react to someone with a bloody head running to your door. I'm thinking she knew that person, and that person wasn't supposed to come to the house, and so she's not as good as they might think she is. Here is the plot of Apples Never Fall. So there is this very wealthy family, think Succession. The matriarch of this family actually has some very dark history, getting involved with some bad people to make the business bigger and better than it was before. Because of this woman who comes to their door is someone who is also hurt by the people that she has made these deals with. She tells her, like, you're not supposed to be here. She's not a victim here, I think. I think she is actually involved. She's involved with this girl who shows up at their door. Not involved romantically. That would be strange. But not completely impossible. But I don't think that's what I meant. What I mean is that I think she has made a lot of really dark deals. She's done a lot of bad things. This girl comes up to their door and she realizes this is potentially a way for her to get caught doing these bad things. So she tries to eliminate this girl because we don't see her in the rest of the trailer. So I think she's gone. So she tries to eliminate this girl and basically has to disappear for a little while this is happening. So she's faked her own disappearance. Think Gone Girl. Her children also have all these dark things going on. Her husband also has these dark things going on as well, because every single person is suspicious. That's how thrillers work. Everyone has something that they're secretly doing that is awful. So they all have their own things. They're all suspicious, but not because they're involved in her disappearance. So we're gonna dive into those. I can't tell you what those are. Maybe Alison Brie killed someone else, but the whole show is them trying to figure out what's happening, but also kind of figuring out each other's secrets until this whole family's empire that they've created ravels apart as all of their secrets are revealed. Time for our final trailer, which I'm sure you all expected, which is The Idea of You, which is the Anne Hathaway age gap romance with that guy from that thing. He's from something. What is he from? I could Google it, but I don't want to.
How did you guys meet? We need to know the story.
We met at Coachella.
Hi.
Hi.
This is your trailer?
Yeah, I'm in the band. We're performing on the main stage.
So my first thought is that she is sort of like an employee for this festival, for Coachella. She is fairly new at this. She doesn't really, maybe she's like an event planner or something, but she's not really up to date on sort of like the hip bands and music. And he likes that 'cause she's special. She's not like the other girls. She's not like other girls. She's 42.
Tonight, I feel a little inspired. This one's called Closer.
So Lynn, we need you up front. Okay. Like, now.
I don't know if you remember me, but we met in Coachella.
Yes, I remember you.
Okay, so she doesn't work for Coachella. She works at this art gallery. So how about instead of that, what this is, she got maybe tickets to this show through her work. Maybe they were trying to like make a deal with people, or like maybe there was art. Does Coachella have like art installations? Is that a thing? I've never been. I don't know. I don't listen to popular music. I've listened exclusively to sea shanties and Scottish folk music for the past 3 days, so I really can't comment on what is popular music and what the culture surrounding that is.
Well, I desperately need some artwork.
Why don't we start in the back? What is that song?
It's nothing, really.
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That had very camp rock vibes, didn't it? Where he's like, what, it's not my stupid cookie cutter pop star stuff? And she's like, I like your stupid cookie cutter pop star stuff. And oh my goodness, look at the grip that man's got on Anne Hathaway's thigh. Jeez. Calm down.
I'm too old for you.
Can I just say, this is the strangest editing of a trailer I think I've ever seen. I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's so much slower paced than the other ones that I've watched. There's so fewer abrupt cuts. There are a lot of scenes like that kiss that don't really have any music in the background. And so it feels like you're just watching a clip from the movie. I don't know how to describe it. And then also like you've got these like long shots. It's a little bit lower energy. It's very strange.
What about what people will say?
I don't care what they say.
There's no way this isn't based on a fan fiction, right? There's no way this isn't based on fan fiction. The fact that she shows up, she doesn't know who he is, and he likes that about her. The whole conversation of like, oh, what will other people think? And he's like, oh, it doesn't matter because I love you. I swear I have read those exact words in a fan fiction before, okay? I'm showing my hand here a little bit, but this is fan fiction. There's no way it isn't. That is a really, really funny. The scream that she just let out was so... I don't even know how to describe it. So the plot of this seems pretty straightforward to me. There's not a lot for me to comment on here. She is an art person. an art seller, an art merchant. And she is invited to Coachella for some sort of work-related thing of having sort of these artworks there. He sees her, he's like, wow, that's Anne Hathaway. I want to be with Anne Hathaway. So he pursues her. She's hesitant because she's a lot older than him, and what are people going to think about them? But ultimately it seems like they're gonna end up happy. I'm sorry I can't give you more on that, gang. I wish I could, but honestly that trailer didn't really give me much to work with. So I'm wondering if there will be a little bit more drama, like maybe there will be sort of this younger like ex-girlfriend who causes issues and shows up. Probably one of the chillest trailers I've ever seen in my life. All right. But that is all of the trailers that I had set up to look at today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. If there are any other book to film trailers or book to TV trailers that you want me to react to, let me know in the comments. If I haven't seen the trailer and I haven't read the book and I don't know what the plot of it is, then I will give it a look myself. And if any of you have read these books, go ahead and tell me how right I got it. Tell me how correct I was. And if I wasn't, I don't want you to say anything. But that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see all of you lovely people in the next video. Bye!